welcome to her First Six Figures Morning Show. It is an interactive coaching and training experience as part of a free business mastermind group to position Black and brown female online service-based entrepreneurs to generate your first six figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/smarter. Let me throw that in there. shaycannon.com/smarter, because what we are talking about this week is work smarter, not harder. The shift that changes everything. All right. Because what we understand is there is always a long to-do list. There are always things to do. And we work long hours with constant effort, but it seems like we're not necessarily moving forward. That could be working harder, because if it doesn't create profit, if it's not creating a sustainable business, then that's not smarter. Okay. So working smarter means focusing on high impact tasks, strategic actions, and leveraging growth. Now, we have been talking about this week some of the main obstacles to working smarter. The first thing we talked about was fear and sabotage, the things that kind of keep you stuck and keep you from forward motion. So things that have you in the wrong mindset, things that have you thinking you need to wait. And if you want to know more about that and you want 10 strategies to help to solve that, catch Monday's replay. All right. Yesterday, we talked about the mismanagement of your time and energy as a way that you're working harder and not smarter. We went into detail about that, and I even gave you 10 ways to realign and manage your time and energy so that you are working smarter. All right. So check out yesterday's replay. Today, we're going to talk about the obstacle of being busy, but not profitable. All right. Filling the day with tasks that feel productive but don't generate revenue creates a cycle of busyness, not business, but busyness without profitability. Now, we kind of touched on it yesterday. I call them MMAs, money making activities, but we're going to go deeper with that because it's way too important to be a mention. It needs to be a focus. So, constantly tweaking a website, posting content without a clear sales strategy, or networking without making direct offers gives the illusion of progress while avoiding the actions that actually drive income. Fear of selling, uncertainty about pricing, and the belief that visibility alone will bring clients leads to wasted effort on low impact activities. So overcomplicating the business model by chasing new strategies here and there every time you see something pop up, instead of refining what works or even collecting the data that's telling you what works, that makes you have way more delays on the results that you want. So working smarter shifts the focus from staying busy to being profitable, where every effort moves the business forward. Sales become a natural part of growth, and time is spent building a business that thrives instead of one that drains energy with little return. All right. So that is what is in the blog. But here on the morning show, we give you more. So let me pull up these show notes, because we're going to talk about 10 strategies for you to be working smarter, not harder, by actually doing things, these MMAs, these money-making activities, and prioritizing and bringing them to the forefront to make sure that these are the things that are getting done first. All right. So, number one, prioritize sales activities first. Okay. So, structure your day around revenue generating activities and actions like sales conversations and follow-ups and offer promotions before you tackle your administrative and your marketing tasks. Okay. So I know a lot of y'all think that sales and marketing is the same. They are not. Okay. Marketing is the building of relationships that can convert them into your customer. All right. It's the building of the relationships. It's the exposure. It's the visibility. However, sales, okay, is actually converting them to a paid client. Okay. So again, There are differences. So those sales conversion conversations, those follow-up conversations, those pitching and making the offer conversations, all of those are sales, and those come before marketing. So if you remember my little hack that I told you yesterday, all you have to do is look at your list, and the things that have the shortest number of steps to get to the money, those are the money-making activities that need to go first. Most likely they are sales activities, okay? Number 2, focus on a single high-value offer. I talk to you all the time about your main offer. I understand you have other offers. We have down sales, cross sales, upsells, all the things, but you should be focusing most of your stuff on a main offer so that you become known for this signature thing that you do. Are there other versions of it? Yes. Keep them in the back. Pop them out when you're having conversations as a backup, but the marketing and the sales should be focused on the main offer. All right. So simplify the business model by refining and optimizing one core offer that consistently converts instead of constantly creating new ones or pushing forward a bunch of them. Okay. All you're doing is confusing people, and confused minds do not buy. They do not take action. Number 3, make selling a daily habit. Now, if you have to go back to last week's information on how you can sell every day without seeming salesy, do that. That's why I put that week first. But you need to make it a habit of selling in some kind of way, a daily habit, okay? Actively promote offers through direct outreach, social selling, email marketing, all the things we talked about last week. And of course, there are the things that can do it for you without you doing it as an automation. That's what funnels are for, okay? Number 4, stop hiding behind content creation. Shift the focus from just posting, okay, to incorporating clear calls to actions, to direct pitches of your offers, to conversion-driven conversations and messaging, okay? So putting the content out there is great, but that's supposed to be a vehicle for you to sell. So if you're just creating the vehicle, but it's never moving, what is the purpose of it, right? So that's why you're busy. That's why you're tired, but it's not bringing in any money. That content that you are creating is important as a vehicle. It should be moving and driving somewhere, and we should be driving that traffic to our offers to make money. All right, number 5, track time spent on money-making activities. Keith brought this up yesterday that he uses Toggle, Toggl. They call it Toggle Track now. But it's just to help you to understand where you're spending your time. So if you are one of those people that you're busy and you know you worked on your business every day for a week, every day for a month, and you look back and you didn't really make any money, you need to look at what you're doing. Okay. Some of that needs to be you recording exactly what you're doing so that you know how much time you are actually spending on things that are not the money-making activities. Okay. So, audit daily tasks to identify non-revenue generating work and replace it with high impact business growth activities or money-making activities. Okay. Number 6, price for profitability, not just affordability. Okay. Ensure your pricing reflects the transformation provided, attracting quality clients who will invest in what they want to transform into. Okay. So we need to price for profitability, not affordability, and definitely not your confidence. All right. Number 7, use simple sales funnels. I already mentioned it, but hey, let's do a focus on it. Eliminate complex marketing strategies and implement a streamlined sales process that turns your visibility into conversions. And all that is we talked about this, I think 2 weeks ago, when we talked about leads, right? We can start with a lead magnet. We can start with a sales event. We can start with whatever we want, but the whole point is to get them into a funnel that then starts to automatically nurture them and keep mentioning the promotion and the offer and keep telling them, hey, you need this, and keep showing them how their life is like without it, and tell them how their life could be with it, and all the things, all while telling them, hey, we're winding down. Don't forget to get this, adding that urgency, and it's selling on your behalf automatically. Funnels, funnels, funnels. Number 8, Follow up on leads consistently, all right? Increase revenue by re-engaging potential clients who have shown interest but haven't purchased yet. Okay, this is where your CRM, your client relationship management platform, is going to be key, because when you have a correct CRM, it has information on the individual lead or contact level that tells you how often this person is interacting with you. Are they prime and ripe to buy from you, right? And let me give you the example. A lot of you listen to me. That's one level of lead, right? You follow my content. Then the next level may be you've downloaded a lead magnet. Then the next level may be you've bought some workshops tickets, right? So you came in on paid workshops. And then the next level may be that you're in the paid membership. But the whole goal is to get you a roadmap, because everything else is too stagnated and piecemeal for you to actually have success. So I can go in my CRM and understand just how long Heather has been following me, right? Just how many workshops she has invested into. How long was she in the membership, and what is she ripe for, right? So Heather came to retreat, so she has her roadmap, but is it time for her to update that roadmap? See, when you can go on the individual contact level and see where people are with their interactions with you, you know how to personalize your messaging to them to convert them. All right. Cool beans. Build an offer ecosystem. This is a great one, because I don't think we often think about building an offer ecosystem. Let me tell you what I mean. Create upsells, downsells, and add-on or a la carte services that increase customer lifetime value instead of constantly chasing new buyers, okay? Or I should say, in addition to constantly chasing new buyers. The best money spent for your advertising and your marketing efforts are people who already believe in you, people who already like, know, and trust you. That is the best use of your time, converting them into the next level of offers, okay? Yes, we want a flood of new people. Yes, we want to get new leads and all of that, but the person that is more apt to buy from you right now is a warm and a hot audience, and those are people who are already in your ecosphere. So we have to make it a part of our process to talk to those people to move them to the next level, all right? Let's talk about number 10, last but not least, set clear revenue goals and reverse engineer the path to them. Now, Dr. Latoya and I did this as a part of her roadmap, right? And so what we sat down and we talked about was, okay, we took the revenue goal, right? And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to break it down and say, okay, this is how much we would need to make a quarter. This is how much we would need to make a month. This is how much we would need to make a week to reach this revenue goal for the annual goal, right? I don't do daily because that would stress me out. So the least I go down to is weekly. So we reverse engineer by dividing and coming up with that number of what we need to sell weekly, monthly, quarterly. And then we looked at whether or not the pricing was going to have us working too hard to reach that goal. Right? See, the reason why it's hard for y'all to make your revenue goal with the pricing that you have is now you have to sell to exponentially more people because your pricing is too low. And that's just raising the price is going to help you take some of that effort out of reaching your revenue goal. Okay. But even when your pricing is right and you know how much you need to sell weekly and monthly to hit your annual revenue goal, now we're keeping up with data to know, should we do a harder push to make this number? We don't wait to the end of the year, y'all, to see if we've made our revenue goal. If we know all along the way, there are pushes we can do. There are extra promotions we can do, and all of this to meet our goals all along the way. And it is important. So define a monthly income target, break it down into the exact number of sales that you need, the exact number of clients you need to reach out to, and the exact number of closing rate conversions on these people who don't know you. Okay? Because if you understood how many of your offer you had to sell per month, and then you reverse engineer your closing ratio, and let's just say you close 10% of the people that you talk to, then what you know is you have to actually sell this many people to get to this revenue goal. But how many people do you have to talk to, okay, to get those sales? Because that number is not the same. So if your closing rate is 10% and you need to close 10 of a high ticket offer, let's just say a month, you're going to have to get in front of 100 new people a month to get this conversion rate, to get this revenue goal. So back up that data to see what you're really working with. So a lot of you have noticed that I have been doing more and more and more content. You want to know why? Because much like for Dr. Latoya, I did my own numbers and saw how many people I would have to get in front of to convert to make my high revenue number, because I'm trying to hit a 7-figure goal, right? Yeah, I got to talk to a lot of people. So guess what I got to do? I have to be more visible. I have to do more content, and I have to not do content for content's sake. I need to be driving them to places where I can convert them. All right. So you have to start thinking like that. Now, the question that I want to know is, which one of these strategies are you going to get started on as soon as possible? Okay, because we need to be more profitable. So which one of these strategies, let me type it. Which strategy are you, oh, spelled that wrong. Are you going to get started on as soon as possible? I think I put too many O's in there. All right. And let me know if you have any questions on how you're going to implement that strategy or any of the strategies. And keep in mind, yet again, this is one of those things where eventually we need to incorporate all the strategies. But what I'm asking you today is, which one is so pivotal, so game changing that you know that's the one you need to start on. We're going to start with Dr. LaFera, but I'm going to go back through the 10 strategies so that you are reminded, okay, without all the extra commentary. So number 1 was prioritize sales first as an activity. Number 2, focus on a single high value offer or your main offer. Number 3, make selling a daily habit. Number 4, stop hiding behind content and not asking for the sale. Number 5, track your time spent so you can understand where your time is going if it's not going on money-making activities. Number 6, price for profitability, not affordability, and not your confidence. Number 7, use simple sales funnels. Number 8, follow up on leads consistently. Number 9, build an offer ecosystem. Okay, that's where you have upsells and downsells, cross-sells, all the things around your offer. Okay, number 10, set clear revenue goals and reverse engineer what it's going to take to get there. Okay, so let's start with Dr. LaFera. Which one of these strategies to work smarter, not harder, are you going to get started on as soon as possible to bring more profits into your business?
Well, I have been I'm gonna give myself more grace now. I haven't been hiding behind anything. I've been just like, making sure that I could do what I said I was gonna do. At the same time while maintaining my health. So,
Yes.
but it felt like I was hiding behind content. At least that's what I made myself feel like. But I'm not gonna do that anymore. What it felt like I was doing. And then I'm going to price not for affordability, because I always want to say, well, maybe if I lower my price, but it's no guarantee if I do that. Then, the right people will purchase anyway. The right people are going to purchase because they see what I have and they need it. Like, so, I'm bad about following up, but it's because I don't have the help I need, but I'm changing that. So this whole list was good. I'm going to go back through it because I was asleep for part of it, but it was great.
Thank you, Dr. LaFera. And don't forget that tech is a huge part of follow-up too. So it's not just team, it's tech. So we need way more funnels in place than we have. Sales funnel, nurturing funnels, lead funnels, all of those things. We need all the different types of funnels. So start there, so that something is working on your behalf 24/7, whether it's you or a team member, you still got tech working for you. All right. Let's go to Dr. Ayana. Dr. Ayana, which one of these strategies are you going to be using to increase your profitability to work smarter, not harder?
Um, Great topic today. Thank you, Sister Shay, and good morning to everyone. I definitely need to make selling a daily habit. And on the heels of that, which is number 3, but on the heels of that, I need to focus on number 8, following up on leads consistently. And that really kind of cues me into just making sure that I'm always in front of my audience, because quite honestly, doesn't make sense without the other. And I had this conversation with Tosh last night, and I was saying, look, I'm gonna have to get off LinkedIn because there's too many strays coming my way. I gotta make sure I'm in front of my
No, you don't have to get off. You need to be more strategic.
Yes,
Because that's your place. That's going to be your place. So you can't get off LinkedIn. I'm so sorry. But you have to be more strategic in your messaging.
yes,
And if I let loose your document, you know how to do that. So yeah.
yes, ma'am.
I'll take the blame for that one.
No,
But
I
yeah,
understand, because you give us great feedback every day. So I appreciate all of that. Thank you.
no problem, no problem. But yeah, sometimes we're in the right place, but we're doing the wrong things. But when you're looking for corporate stuff, there's no better place than LinkedIn. We just have to do things right and target the right people. So yeah, most definitely. All right, Heather's back, y'all. We missed her. Heather, which one of these strategies do you know is going to be game changer? You need to do as soon as possible to be more profitable as you work smarter, not harder.
I need a whole new roadmap, friend. Anywho, I need to rethink the main thing, because the whole, like, it's not that I don't think the writing, like helping people, like, the writing program, I don't think that it's a bad idea. It's just, that's not, like, editing is more what I'm known for. So I think I just need to shift that focus. So make that the one high value offer, and then add on to that, add the pricing for profitability.
Love it. Love it. So your first one, I would say, would be just a reiteration of number 2, which is focus on a single high value offer. You just need to change and adapt yours. And then yes, price for profitability. I love that for you, Heather. Cool beans. All right, let's go to Dewana. Dewana, how does this fit into what you got going on right now? Being more profitable as working smarter and not harder. What is something that you know you need to do as soon as possible?
Good morning. The main thing I need to do is set clear revenue goals. And then that's going to, of course, come on the heels of prioritizing sales activities. Because if you ain't doing that, you can't, So, and then there was one other thing that Dr. Ayana said too. It was 3 of them. And I was like, yep. But those 2, definitely.
Cool beans. I love it. I love it. And again, y'all, our goal is to do all of these, but some of these are going to be more impactful for us as individuals and for our business in particular. So that's what I'm asking you about. Dr. Latoya, what about you? Which one of these strategies do you know will be game changing enough for you to prioritize to get started on as soon as possible, to work hard, smarter and not harder, and being more profitable?
Focusing on the one offer, but focusing on the high ticket offer.
All right now. I ain't mad at it.
Yes, I'm shifting.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Look, I love that you're able to shift to that. Some of us are not there yet. Some of us do have to build our audience and build our credibility and all of that to start to focus on the high ticket offer, even though we have some. So that is a great testament to the work that you've been doing. So congratulations. All right, let's go to Sasha. Sasha, which of these strategies, and we know you're getting started with the on your own entrepreneurship, but which of these strategies do you think would be most game changing for you to be more profitable as you jump in being more smarter at working than working harder?
Definitely 1 and 6. So prioritizing sales activities first and not getting, I'm doing this now. I've mentioned it before, where I get stuck on something super small that's actually not going to like drive sales. And then 6, price for profitability. I think that was something that was eye-opening for me, is like what I really should probably be charging people, and trying to, like, be confident in my pricing and not undercharge. So I think those 2 will be key for me.
And I think if you incorporate number 10, it'll help you check the number 6 of the pricing, because that setting clear revenue goals and reverse engineering it that shit is sobering. Let me tell you, that'll make some hair grow on your chest. It's sobering when you have these low prices thinking you're going to get in more people, and then you
Yeah.
recognize how many of those people it's actually going to take to make this revenue go. Boy, let me tell you. So yeah, I would say add number 10 in there to help you with
Okay.
number 6. Cool.
Thank you.
Let's go to Cheryl. Cheryl, which of the strategies from today do you know you need to get started with as soon as possible to increase your profitability so that you are working smarter and not harder?
Focus on a single high-end offer. Um, I have offers, and I've just gotten to the point where most of my business is recurring business. And so, you know, when I work with them, I always have the next step. But I started looking at the offer that when you mentioned this, I started looking at the offer that above all stands out more than any. So that's the one I'm getting ready to go with. And as the single main author, we've been talking about this for what, 4 years since Clubhouse.
Yeah.
And we all talk about, well, no, we got this, we got that, and blah blah. And you're like, no, the main thing, keep the main thing, the main thing. Well, now I get it. So thank you.
No problem, no problem. And let me do a little correction. Number 2 is focus on a single high value offer. That doesn't necessarily have to be high ticket, y'all. It's whatever one that your ideal clients see as most valuable for where they are, and it's going to be highly converting. Okay, so keep that in mind. It can be a high ticket, like Dr. Latoya has worked with a high value offer, and now she's moving to focus on a high ticket offer that is the next iteration, and now becomes the high value offer. So value is not just money. It's which one would they be more apt to be converted into. You want to make that one your main offer.
But that's it.
You want to add something else, Cheryl?
No, I'm saying you're absolutely right. That's it. It's the 2 and 1.
Yeah.
And that's what made me help make that decision, is because it is high value, because almost every writer wants it. You see what I'm saying? I haven't run into one writer that didn't want it. They just had to qualify to get it. I'll put it that way.
Yes,
and
I love
of
that.
course it is a high ticket. It's high ticket because I do a lot of work, and my time is valuable, and my work is good. So anyway,
come on now.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, which one of the strategies from today is so game changing? You know you need to make it a priority to start getting done as soon as possible to increase the profitability and to work smarter and not harder in your business. Which one would you focus on, Dr. Tachi?
Daily selling.
Daily selling. Ooh, make it a habit. I love that. I love that. Do you have any obstacle to getting that done, Dr. Tachi?
No, not really. I just need to implement what I need to do to make that happen.
Exactly. Don't forget, you guys, you have as a resource everything we talked about last week and each of the 10 strategies from each of the days on how you can use social media, email, communities. And I forgot, speaking was the last one, I think. 10 ways for each one. So go back to last week's information on ways you can sell every day. We did a week on funnels. So go find that week that we did on, I think it was the top 4 funnels you need to have in your business. So we have resources. We've been talking and having these conversations for a long time. So we've talked about some of these things. This is just the way we need to be implementing them and the why we need to be implementing, because they're important. All right, let's go to Dr. LaFera. You got a question?
I do. When you were talking about the high value offer. Okay. So with the high value offer, is it high value because of the transformation that you're gonna get, like in terms of like for me, like the way that I look at my different offers is, one is like they'll start to see results, like as far as how they feel in like less than a month. But then that's like the lowest priced offer, and that's like the first one. But the one where like I incorporate like my whole framework and do testing and all that stuff, that's like the most expensive one. So in terms of like price, the price is higher, but like like which one of those, with your definition of high value, would you say is like high value?
Okay. So the perspective of high value that I'm talking about today is the one that is consistently converting.
Okay.
The one that you're consistently making sales in. We need to prioritize that one, right? Because there is perception and then there is reality. Well, most of our clients have perceptions. They're not the experts, so they don't have this educated point of view of what really works or what they really need. But they have this perception of what they think will work, and they're always buying first what they think will work, right? So if that is going to be your highest converting offer, then that's the offer we need to put forward to bring more people in. And as we get them in, we educate them as the expert on what they're going to need next. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep.
So even though it may be your lowest cost offer, you should have a process in place to start. Once these people come in and get a transformation at the lowest price, there should be a process that you're driving traffic to drive them up your offer ladder. And so that's an inside job. But that outside visibility main offer should be a high converting offer. And that's not always a high ticket offer, which is why I congratulated Dr. Latoya, because she's kind of done the work to build an audience that recognizes that the high ticket offer is their high value offer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I see that. Yeah. Yeah. Because when you're just starting, you have to kind of test it to see like which one, even though you kind of feel like it's going to be the cheapest one, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's highly converting, you can bump that price up a little bit. Now, it doesn't mean that you make it high ticket.
Right.
It just means you can bump that price up some so that highly converting offer stays highly converting, but you're making more money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Anybody else have a question? I want you to start thinking about it while I go to Kimberly is over there, and she says hers is 4, 5, 8, and 10. Jesus. Okay. So stop hiding behind the content creation. And then number 5 is going to be track her time so she can know what she's spending time on and if it's profitable or not. Number 8 is follow up with leads consistently. And number 10 is set clear revenue goals so that you can reverse engineer the path to them. Kimberly, you want to say more about that?
Yeah, definitely. So as far as like follow up with leads consistently, I have a bad habit of not following up. So that's something I definitely need to get back on track on. And the tracking my revenue goals, the problem that I'm having with that is I don't track them well. So that's a priority that I did set for myself for 2025 is to set exactly what I want to earn monthly. And then I didn't think of it the way that you mentioned it, like reverse engineering it, but definitely that's something that's a priority for me this year.
Yeah, that's a punch in the gut right there. When you reverse engineer and recognize that thing you trying to sell for $9.99, how many of them you gonna have to sell to get to 6 figures? Baby, you get to changing that price real soon. And move into a whole different type of offer because you recognize that if somebody just told you, hey, that price is too low, you're in your mind justifying why you got that low price because your confidence is low like that price. So you're like, yeah, but I think I'll sell more. It'll get me in the door. But then when you see compared to your revenue goal, how many you had to sell, you're like, wait a minute, hold up. So that's why we need number 10, definitely. Cool beans. Dr. Ayana said menus of service are very helpful with focusing the value of offers and graduating clients around the ladder. Yeah, we call them offer ladders. To be specific, is kind of the language that we use in the entrepreneurial space because we do have low cost, mid cost, high cost, or it could be DIY, done with you, done for you. But there are different things that makes it a hierarchical journey through transformation. So yeah, cool beans. I love this. This was a great day. And we're not even done with this series. So any more questions about what we've talked about so far on working smarter, not harder? So talked about, we need to act more often. We need to take more execution and stop waiting. We've talked about how to manage our time and energy and what we need to be focusing on. And today we're talking about profitability and what we need to be doing to be more profitable in our businesses, to work smarter. What you got, Dr. Latoya?
I just want to give a shout out to the roadmap, and the idea of how the kind of the reverse engineering, all of it comes together, right? The reverse engineering, looking at the offer ladder. And the only reason I'm able to now pivot to focus, not even pivot, but bring my attention to focus on the high ticket offer is because we did so much work around clarifying kind of all of the steps that led to the high value, which is definitely my low ticket offer, right? It is definitely a low ticket offer. But because we made sure that the funnels, like all of the funnels were in place, all of like everything led to that. And my goal in creating that as an automated system so that I could then focus my time on something else. So all of this is just to say that the work that we did and how you laid everything out for me in the roadmap has now just kind of freed up the mental space and the capacity for me to feel confident about, okay, that thing is got its legs, is rolling. I'm going to consistently, tweak looking at the data, but it's its own thing. And now I can shift my energy.
I love it. I love it. Because at the end of the day, y'all know I love using the hashtag. It works if you work it. It works if you work it. So cool. I love that. Any more questions or value adds? Because we definitely need to be out here working smarter, not harder. It's just so much we have to do. But what we do and how we spend our time has to count. I'm always very saddened when I know I've seen entrepreneurs out here working their ass off, but they were working their ass off doing the wrong things and they end up having to close their business or stop being entrepreneurs because it's just not paying the bills. It's just not doing what they needed to do. It's not funding the freedom it's supposed to fund, let alone the basics. So they're ever in the survival mode and it's just not working out. And I hate that. I hate that. You know how sometimes, most of the time I'm telling y'all I love that for you, but I hate that for you and anybody going through that. But at the end of the day, most likely what is happening is you're out here trying all of these high level strategies, but your basic foundation is not there. And that's why all of this stuff is not working for you. And every time you jump around and do something, what you don't recognize is you're starting back on ground zero. Every time you change significant things about who you're supposed to be in the marketplace and about what you're offering in the marketplace. So it can't be vastly different. You can't be selling Avon one day and lawnmowers the next, just because you're out here shifting around to where you think the money is. Now you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. And especially in 2025, we're looking for masters. Okay, we want to invest in things that are more likely to get us the result and transformation we need. And that lies with masters. That does not lie with somebody who's trying this and trying that. And so if you're out here looking like that, even if you're not like that, you're looking like that by how you're putting yourself out there, that's most likely why you're not taking off as a brand and becoming more profitable. So that's what that roadmap does. So yeah, email your girl or get on the phone with me, shaycannon.info/talk. TALK. Let's talk about what you need from my offer letter to get you where you need to be. All right. Dr. Ayala said the entrepreneur graveyard is really tragic. It really is. Heather said, get your own roadmap. Yep, you need one. You definitely do. All right. Any more questions or anything? Because roadmap is the ultimate thing that you need in your business. However, this week, and all of these things that you need to do and the time that you need to take to do them, that is what our membership is for. And that is at the bottom of the offer letter. So the first thing you're going to have to do is get it together with managing yourself in time and focusing on goals that move your business forward. And so that's what the Her Quarterly Focus and Maximum Performance membership does. And especially when we're talking about today's obstacles, basically, the membership is the perfect solution. So at the end of the day, we're going to help you get out of that busy but not profitable cycle, because we are going to provide you with the structure. We're going to provide you with accountability, and we're going to help you to take all the strategies and make them goal focused so that you get things done in your business and move forward. So go to shaycannon.com/membership and go ahead and get started while it's still $97 a month, because I am taking this price up in Q2 to $147, maybe even $197. So you want to get in now while you can. Dr. Ayana, I think I saw your hand up.
Yeah, I was just only gonna say that I think it's really helpful to have more clarity, like you've just given, on the aspects of your business that can help us, and which tiers for what, and which aspect is for what. It's kind of helpful to bring us into focus, to know what we need and when we need it, because sometimes we don't really know what we need as we're growing and starting and all of that. So thank you for that bit of clarity.
No problem. No problem at all. And don't forget that everything that we do is for our ideal client. So everything has to be done from their perspective, how they see things, what they call things, what they value. And sometimes that is a part of that clarity that you're missing. You're out here talking the way that your fellow practitioners understand, but the person you're trying to get to buy don't understand what you're talking about. And they wouldn't choose it the way that you're positioning the messaging. So clarity is key, and that roadmap gives you uber clarity. All right. So this morning show is a part of our free business mastermind group, because what it is, it's kind of like class. And with the class, we have class notes. I gave you 10 strategies today, but there are only 2 ways you can get these class notes. One is they live in the files section of the free business mastermind group. The second way is you can get the notes and the entire morning show in your inbox by going to shaycannon.com/show. You will get 2 emails every broadcast day. The first one will remind you to hop on YouTube Live for the morning show. And the second one will come in the afternoon where you will get a link to the replay and a link to the show notes. All right. So shaycannon.com/show. Thursday, which is tomorrow night, we have our Fuck Up Night virtual happy hour. It's originally for the paid membership mastermind. However, the free mastermind can come in on the last part. So those details are in the group, or if you are a paid member, it's on your dashboard. Also on Friday, we have a Get Shit Done work session. Again, this is mainly for the paid membership. However, on the Friday sessions, we allow the free group to come in on the last half. And your details are on the events tab in the group, but the paid membership has a dashboard. Okay, cool beans. Dr. LaFera said, Dr. Ayana, what is your specialty? She is a doctor of physical therapy. She ain't playing around here in her specialty. All right. So if you want to know more about me, you know what? I have not checked on Keith over here. Keith said his was number 9, y'all. I'm sorry, Keith. I almost forgot about you. Number 9 was build and offer ecosystem. That's those upsells, downsells, cross sells, add-ons, a la carte. So shout out to Keith hanging in there. You know, he's one of our few gentlemen that come into our space and help keep it a safe space for BIPOC women. So shout out to Keith. If you need to know more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, and about this highly valuable free business mastermind group we've been talking about, I need you to check the description below. It's going to have a link and more information. Now, you know you got value today. We get value every day, but it just feels like it was even more value today. So give us a thumbs up and like this episode. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss a thing that can be transformational for your business growth. Understand that this is 1 video out of a 4-video series, so check out the other videos, all right? And with that, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2,